What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another video. And in today's video, we are going to be taking a look at our offensive game plan, our offensive strategy against this Washington football team defense. So let's get it started.
I got to shout out Dose Dion, man, because it was actually the first time I went live on YouTube. And, guys don't know Dose Dion. He put out a lot of good content for the Detroit Lions.
Welcome in, everybody, to another video. Glad you guys are here, and I'm excited for this video. I'm really excited for this side of the game plan because our offense really has something to prove. And in particular, is number 9. He has something to prove against this Washington football team. And it's not that he has to go out there and put up 500 points. It's not that he needs to have 300 passing yards. He needs to prove that, hey, I'm not going to turn the ball over. It's really that simple. I think Matthew has something to prove, and I think he's going to be ready to go. And I think a full week of practice will be great for him. And I think that's something the Lions will completely emphasize is not turning the ball over. But this is a challenge. I mean, this is a big challenge for this Lions offense. If you look at the rankings for Washington across the board, they're one of the best defenses in the league. I know it sounds crazy with 2 wins, but they really are. I mean, they rank out really well defensively, and our offense honestly needs to help out our defense a little bit here. We need to help each other. We need to get some momentum flowing. And I think it starts from our offense, finishing out drives, scoring. But this is going to be a very big challenge to put up a lot of points against Washington because they really don't give up a lot of points. And they're good at pretty much every single phase defensively. There is some weak spots, though, and we'll talk about those on the film. However, let's just take a quick look at the stats for this Washington defense, and we'll talk about them a little bit deeper. First off, against the pass, they're only allowing an 87 pass rating, which is 7th in the NFL. 185.6 yards per game, which is first. And 185 passing yards per game, that's pretty remarkable. Also, 11.3 yards per completion, which is 18th. They have 8 interceptions forced, which is 8th in the league, and they've only given up 11 touchdowns, which is 6th in the league. Okay, so this is a very good pass defense, 64.1% completion percentage, and they have 27 sacks, which is 4th. Now, they're rolling out there with one of the most explosive and young and dangerous defensive lines you will see in the NFL. They're rolling out with 4 first-round picks on the D-line. Yeah, I said that right. They have Payne, they have Allen, they have Young, and they also have, I can't think of his name right now, they have Ryan Kerrigan, but they also have Montez Sweat. There he is. I can't think of his name. That's what that defensive line's looking like. And Ryan Kerrigan's really not even a starter. Okay, so you're looking at it, you're saying, okay, wow, that's a tough D-line. Now, you guys know how much we like Chase Young during the offseason. I think a lot of people liked him. I liked Young. I was like, take Young if he's there. You got to do it. He's the most talented player. And he's missed some time this year, but he's put up some ridiculous stats. I mean, when you look at the numbers this defensive line has put up, it almost seems fake. It really does. I mean, think about this. Kerrigan has 4.5 sacks, 8 less playing time than usual, and he has 4.5 sacks. Allen, who plays in the inside, he has 18 pressures. You have Payne, Daron Payne, 16 pressures. Chase Young, who's missed some time, 17 pressures, 3.5 sacks, and Montez Sweat, who's been an absolute beast, arguably the best or second best player on the Washington football team, 29 pressures and 17 quarterback hits. That's scary. That's a scary D-line. They blitz about 28% of the time, which is somewhere around, I think it's around average in the league, somewhere like that. That's how much they blitz. And they do mix in some blitzing. Like, they will do it, especially on 3rd down, 3rd and long for sure. They're not afraid to dial up the heat. You know, you got Jack Del Rio over there. Against the run, maybe a little bit weaker. 4.3 yards per carry, which is 13th in the league, and 128.6 yards per game on the ground allowed, which is 23rd. Of course, when you're down, teams are going to run the football, so that could be a little bit skewed. When it comes to conversions allowed, they're 12th in the league at 3rd down conversion percentage at 40.4, and they're 8th in the league in red zone converting percentage at 56.5%. They've only played in 513 plays defensively, which is 7th. So as you guys can see, it's a good defense statistically. I mean, there's not a lot of weak spots in this defense, and they have a lot of talent. The defense line is extremely talented. The linebacker group, I would say, maybe is their weakest point. Cornerbacks, they have some solid guys on the outside, no question about it. You got Fuller, you have Ronald Darby, who they signed. You also have Jimmy Moreland. He's a solid cornerback. They have some injuries here and there that they're dealing with, like Landon Collins, but the safety position, some solid players. You have Carl back there. You have Everett. They have some good players on this defense. I mean, they can clearly put a focus on fixing this defense, and this year has been much, much better. There are some weaknesses. There's ways that this offense can attack, and again, the main key is not turning the football over, and they forced a lot of turnovers so far this year. The biggest reason they forced so many turnovers is because of that defensive line. They get a lot of pressure, they get in your face, they blitz, and all of a sudden you make some dumb decisions, so that's what they have going for them. Now, the one weak spot when it comes statistically is missed tackles. They have the 4th most missed tackles at 76. 76 missed tackles. We get into film, you'll see why that's super important. But that's a lot of missed tackles, something that you can take advantage of by just getting into playmakers' hands and letting them make plays, because they will miss a lot of tackles in the 2nd and 3rd level. When it comes to rushing the football, once again, I love rushing the ball inside against this Washington football team. I think you definitely have to watch out for Adrian Peterson. This is his former team. I think he plays well again. He played well last week. And I actually think Swift could have a a really good game. But I do like punching them in the mouth, rushing it inside, not playing to their advantage on the defense line, which is speed. Not necessarily the linebackers that concern me. It's that defensive line because of speed. And you will have opportunities to take shots. They're going to play a lot of single high looks. Now, they may adjust knowing that they're playing the Lions, but they do show a lot of single high looks. But again, they want you to take those early because they want you to hold on to the football. They want you to get sacked, and they want you to not max protect. You're going to have to scheme up some shots here. You're going to have to be willing to put 6, 7 blockers, max protect to hope Matthew Stafford can get some time to take shots against a single high safety. Because in coverage, especially in zone, in that linebacker group, they do get lost in coverage at times. There's no doubt about it. They get lost in coverage if you draw some things up. Even their cornerbacks will get lost in coverage in zone. So you're going to have some opportunities to take shots, but you have to be willing to say, hey, take what they're giving us early, take the dump downs, okay, because they will play a little loose, and just say, hey, look, don't let this pass rush get going. Let's keep them off balance. Let's take what they're giving us. Let's take quick hitters, and let's let our playmakers make plays. Just get the ball out. Let DA, let Agnew if he can return, possibly if Galladay can play. Whoever it is, let them catch the ball swift and just make plays. Make guys miss, because that's what this defense really struggles with. That's really their big weakness. And then again, that run defense inside. They will bring blitzes to try to help their run defense, which we've seen us do, and that can open up some things as well. We'll dive into more of that in the film, the more specifics. But overall, as you can see, statistically, it's a good defense. It's a real challenge. But I think it does come down to one thing: Stafford not turning the football over. Again, if we turn over one time in a game, you can come back from that. Multiple turnovers are really going to hurt us. We haven't shown we can come back from that. So let's not make that happen, okay? Stafford has 4 turnovers in 2 weeks. That has to change. Matthew, this is a big game for you. It really is. Stafford is not the whole reason that we haven't played well, but he's part of it. For the last 2 weeks, he's definitely part of it. You can't have 4 turnovers. Whether that's a fumble or a pick, it kills us, especially when you have chances to get points. So for the Lions, Matthew Stafford, he's going to be the key in this game. I'm watching for number 9 to play a good game, but I think Adrian Peterson once again will play well against another former team of his, and I think you're going to have opportunities to take shots. That's really all I got right now. Now we're going to take over to the film side of things. I'll show you everything I'm talking about on the field. So let's go over to the film. What is up, everybody, and welcome into the film side of things. And yes, man, I'm excited for the film on this one because I think we did a pretty good job here of finding the right plays to show you guys. I'm actually going to show you guys more of the Lions plays as well in the future and starting in this video. Kind of what I've seen the Lions do versus some opponents, and then show you where the other teams had success and show you the Lions examples of that to show you what maybe plays I could see the Lions bring back against their opponent. So today we're looking at the Washington football team and that defense. Now that defense, we went through the numbers. They are scary. It's a very good defense statistically. They have a lot of young talent. They had 4 first-round picks on that defensive line. I kind of think that tells you where they're at, right? Montez Sweat and Chase Young, 2 young guys on the edge. Those guys very talented. They have Payne in the inside, along with Allen in the inside. They have Ryan Kerrigan, who's still, less snaps, but still doing his thing with the amount of snaps he's getting. They got a pretty scary defensive line. Their linebacker group is okay. I think there's definitely some learning going on there. I don't love them in coverage, but then they have some other good weapons. They're missing some guys to injuries, but they have Kendall Fuller on the outside, who I believe already has 4 interceptions, and he missed 2 games. So they got some talent on this defense. So let's take a look here at where you need to attack this Washington football defense, where you have access, where not to attack them. Again, this is just from what I've seen on film. Now, this first play has nothing to do with the video. I just started dying laughing. I was like, what in the world? Dallas, they look completely lost here. I don't know what this was. This is the NFC East right here. Watch this. I'm sorry. It's not even that bad. It just made me laugh for some reason. My boy draws him outside, and then he gets to snap. He probably didn't think he was going to snap. And he got like 4 or 5 yards out of that. Like, what in the world? Okay, sorry. I had to throw. The first play can actually show you something, though. And I didn't put the other clip in here, but that actually does show you how the hard count can work. I actually like trying to mix in some hard count here. Matthew Stafford maybe get some people to go off sides, because if you guys remember, we've had a couple examples where we've gotten players off sides, and with the young defensive line that's hungry, they're just trying to get all this pressure, you might be able to get in the jump here and there. So that's something the Lions should try to do. But we're also going to start off on the ground. Okay, how do you attack this defense on the ground? And I see it once again with inside handoffs. Now, I like this a little bit differently. I don't like the zone runs as much against this team. They have a fast defensive line. Not too worried about their linebacker group. It's really that defensive line. And they're very fast. And they're really good at making like pass rush moves to get by their offensive linemen. But I think if you punch them right in the mouth, right? You hit them right in the interior. You punch them right in the mouth. You make them have to win that one-on-one battle with just strength. All of a sudden, I think you have a very good chance to beat them. And then you see offensive linemen getting to the second level, picking up linebackers, and that's where you get some runs that break for big gains. I don't love it to the outside. At times it works. I just don't love it consistently. I like pushing it inside, just hitting them right in the mouth, even if they know what's coming, because I think that's the way to attack this team. And you're going to see the Giants do a good job of that. And I also like just kind of giving them, your running backs, the opportunity to just kind of pick the hole. See if he can bounce it to the outside, if he can go. But if not, keep it inside. There are certain times where they'll block. I like just blocking straight ahead against this team. Sometimes it does lead to big runs because they'll block straight across, and all of a sudden the running back will see there's nothing there, and he'll bounce it to the outside and make a big play. I don't think their linebackers are the best. I mean, they're solid. I don't think they're the best, though. And they can get picked up in the second level. Sometimes they're aggressive, sometimes they're not, but I really like just punching them right in the mouth, hitting them right in the middle, you know, just attack the interior of that defensive line. They do have some talented pieces with Allen and Payne, but that's how I like it. You see a little bit of a zone here, but the running back makes a good cut back. He gets a couple of yards. It's a good edge contained there. But, man, that's just how I like to attack this. Now, you can see the Giants, they did a lot of things out of the gun, and the Rams, kind of like us, they would do a lot of things under center, but I think we're in between. I think sometimes we run out of the gun, sometimes we run under center, so we can mix in both here, which will be interesting to see. Giants did a lot of things out of the shotgun, and they had some pretty good success with it. So you're going to see here again, he does a good job of reading the whole boom. Okay, he sees nothing there. Now you bounce it to the outside. So I like blocking straight across, let the running back pick if he wants to bounce outside. Now again, I think AP has another big game. AP, we ran the ball pretty well last game for the most part. I think AP plays another good game. I think he's going to come in as a starter, as he should, because first off, he's playing against a former team again, right? Minnesota, now this week, Washington. There you go. I think he'll do well. And secondly, I just like the matchup. I like him running in the inside here. But Swift could get going because I've seen other speed running backs run to the inside and have some success. So Swift could also get going as well. This is just the way that I like to do it. I'm definitely okay with pulling offensive linemen, pulling guards, pulling centers, pulling tight ends sometimes. But I'm good with pulling guys. But you can see, good block. Watch this one. This is what I like to see. He's able to get upfield. He's able to pick up this block on a linebacker, and he creates a pretty nice hole for the Rams running back. So I think that's where you attack this team on the ground. I think it's pretty simple. They're allowing, I think, we said 4.3 yards per carry, which is about average. So I think that's how you attack them. You're going to see the Lions against the Vikings. They're out of the gun here. They're going to pull Big V. They're going to pull Big V to the left side, and they're trying to get some numbers, right? They're trying to get numbers. It's Adrian Peterson. Peterson does a really good job of saying, okay, hey, look, Harrison Smith is crashing down. I'm going to cut inside. And there's not much of a hole there, but he makes something out of nothing. And look at that, picks up 8 yards. That's why I like AP in this matchup. I just think he does a good job of still reading things, and I think he still has the best vision of any of our running backs, and it's not really that close. Not the most athleticism, but the most vision. Here's one of those plays where they designed to try to get everything to the outside, right? They pull the outside. They're trying to get the running back outside to belly out. Unfortunately, it doesn't go that well. They just have a lot of speed. Now, hey, this is a great pass rush move. You can see you just throw the tight end down. That's kind of a problem. And then they just got a lot of speed to kind of close that stuff down. You see the defensive linemen are the players getting to it, not the linebackers. So the linebackers don't deter me as much run game, and I think you can pick them up in the second level. That's why I like running to the inside. You get to the outside, that defensive line can shut things down because they're very fast. Here you see the Cowboys. I felt like the Cowboys didn't come out and game plan for this game at all. They came out and just did whatever they normally do, and there's a stretch run play, really goes for 2 yards. I have to, give Darrell Bevell some credit. I've seen him adjust for games. I still don't think it's perfect, but I've seen him adjust for games. I'll give him that from watching back film. So I like to apologize a little bit to Darrell Bevell. As you can see, this is the way I like to attack him on the ground game. This is how I like to do it. This one is just a heck of a play by Chase Young. This is what you get when you have all these top picks. We know how great Chase Young was coming out of the draft. And you can see, just shed the block. Again, they're trying to get to the outside here. You got a one-on-one because the tight end leaves, and all of a sudden he just sheds it and blows it up. So we know how good their defensive line is, right? There's no surprise there. They have 4 first-round picks. We know how great they are. We know Chase Young's that absolute monster. I wanted Chase Young this year's draft. Even though we need a corner, I wanted Young if he was there. Unfortunately, he went number 2. But that guy's an absolute beast. We all get that. So then here we go again. We got the inside handoff from the Detroit Lions. This is just kind of like to see. Now, Lions do a little zone here. But you can see they pick up pretty well blocks. And then you see Adrian Peterson does out just kind of dicing his way through it, picking up 5, 6 yards, things like that. And I think that's what Lions are going to attack. Now, passing the ball. Where to attack and how to attack is a big question here. Because, again, they are known to get pass rush, okay? That's what they're known for. You're going to see you got Young on the outside here. You're going to have Kerrigan. You have Payne. You could just see that they have their pass rushers. Do a little rollout here. And I've seen the Lions do this before, so this might work. I mean, this might work for the Lions if they want to try it. So I think it's just like a 3rd and 4. So they try to roll out and do the out route. But, again, it's a lot of speed. You can see Chase Young kind of blowing up 2 defenders there. Makes it a tough throw, and it's incomplete. And they got some pretty good corners on the outside in 1-on-1. They got pretty good number 1 and number 2 corners. They got Jimmy Moreland also. They got some pretty good corners. So I think that's kind of tough, to try to roll them out and put one guy on an island. Unless you have a guy like Kenny Galladay, someone like that you trust is going to go win that battle. This is something that's different from what we saw versus Minnesota. Minnesota didn't show you a lot of single high safety looks. And Matthew Stafford said, hey, look, we didn't have a lot of opportunities to go downfield because of that. I don't know why I made the circle so big. But you're going to see it's 1 safety. So they have 1 safety. You got 1, 2, 3. So 11 players, you have 1 deep safety. Now, this play, Daniel Jones doesn't go there. But Washington will leave that open. They're trying to get pressure, all right? They like to stack the box because the run defense still needs some work. So they like to stack the box, I think they blitz to stop the run. I really think what I've seen, they try to blitz to stop the run. I think that's why teams try to go the outside, because if you can get them caught on a blitz, and all of a sudden you're good to go. But you can see here, they have 1 deep safety. They're going to be willing to say, hey, look, if you have the time, you could take that shot one-on-one. Problem is, a lot of teams don't have the time. So they bring a 4-man rush here, and you'll see Daniel Jones, he does a solid job. They actually pick up okay. You can see there is some pressure, force him to step up, and he takes the little dump off to the crossing route. There's a couple things I want to show you. The first thing I'm going to show you here is this. Against this team, that's what it's all about. Just let your players get out in open space and make plays. Be willing to take the dump downs. If that's all they want to give you early, take it. If they get a lot of pressure, take it. Don't force shots that aren't there, because I'm telling you, look, their linebackers in coverage, especially in zone, are very questionable. They kind of get lost. This is a really good design, you know, to kind of put them in a pick play. And you have a lot of room for your receiver here as Jones steps up and dumps it off. But again, how many missed tackles, right? Tons of missed tackles. 76, I think, missed tackles already. It's one of the worst in the league. They missed a lot of tackles, especially in the back end. So you're going to see a play that, you know, maybe shouldn't have been as long as it is really long, because they break a lot of tackles. They make a lot of guys miss in the second level. You're going to see one missed tackle. You're going to see 2 missed tackles, almost 3 missed tackles. They miss a lot of tackles. Let your playmakers just get the ball and make plays. If the pass rush, if Stafford's feeling the heat, take the dump downs. He was 16 for 18 in the first half. Take the dump downs if that's all they're going to give you. You have to be willing to say, okay, we have to be disciplined and take the dump downs if that's all they give us. Point out the fact that single high safety will give you options. All right, so boom, Jones has it right here. Stop. He's already got his man Burt. I mean, this could be a touchdown if you fire it to the outside. The route is to the outside. This could be a touchdown if Jones throws it. You can see, a little bit worried about the pass rush. That's the problem, is you're worried about this pass rush. If you can hold up and Stafford's comfy, you're going to get a bomb opportunity, and you may complete one finally, which would be great. But you can see, doesn't even look there. He just worries about dump off. But you have a man, I mean, wide open. This is a touchdown. That's what they're going to give up. They're going to give up those, trying to stop the run, number one, because that's where they're kind of weak. That's one weakness they have statistically, is stopping the run on yards per carry. It's like 4.3. And, you know, they have really good pass rush. So they're going to be willing to give it up. Once again, you see, single high safety. You're going to get those matchups in this game. But again, you go to the quick out. It's okay. You know, you take the quick, you take what they give you. They're playing off. They're backing up. Again, another missed tackle. Just let your players get out there and make the plays. Turns a 5-yard gain into a first down because you just gave an opportunity. And that's what the Lions have to do. Lions do all the time. You can see how much cushion he's giving him straight off the line, and he doesn't come down. So it's quick, out route, easy, and you get a couple yards. I mean, you can make it very simple in this game, and it can look just like the Vikings game. But your chances are you will get a shot opportunity in this game, and you're going to get a few. If the offensive line can hold up, you're going to get some opportunities deep, because we're seeing the trend is here. You're going to get a lot of single high safety. Now, this play is something that hopefully Stafford can pick up on, being a vet quarterback that I don't think Daniel Jones did. All right, so they line up before the play. The cornerback starts sneaking up, and he's going to bring the blitz. Matthew Stafford did a really good job of this, versus the Vikings, where they had moved the motion out Hockenson, and he went on that quick slant. You guys remember that? And they got the first. This time they're going to blitz off the edge, and what you have to see here is you have to know your route combinations, but you can see all the cushion given. You have to notice that, hey, they're bringing the blitz to this side, let's look to the rush. Boom. He's got to look to this rush, and that's their completion right here. He doesn't look there. He stays focused on the left side, left side, left side. By the time he looks back, all of a sudden, it's a catch, but there's nothing after the play. So, again, look for the rush, to throw it right back to the rush, because they do seem to give some cushion. When you look at the Lions side of things here, they have Danny Amendola. This is something they did last week. They hit him with the quick hitter, and we got to see stuff like this. Get him out there, let him make plays. This is Danny Amendola, not the best runner after catching the football, but with all the missed tackles that Washington has, that's all you got to do is just give him an opportunity. Here's Matthew Stafford. This is one where he takes a sack. This is our first drive. Now, what I would tell him going to this Washington game is take the first look. Whatever you see that's open, be willing to take that first look against his defensive line. Matthew Stafford knows the down and distance. He needs somewhere up here. You know, it's a third down. He needs to get somewhere up there. So, look, he's willing to hold the football to try to pick it up. He's watching Hockenson the whole way. The difference in this game is I don't think they cover as well with their linebackers as, you know, Minnesota did. They had Eric Kendricks. They had some really good beasts out there, man-to-man. I don't think Washington has that. So this might be open. But if Matthew Stafford's playing Washington and they're doing a good job taking away Hockenson, just take this dump off and see if Kerry can go pick it up. Because for Washington, there's a good chance they're going to miss that tackle anyways. Now we look at LA. Now they're doing things under center. This is kind of what the Lions are looking for here. You're going to see some under center looks from the Lions, of course. And boom, this is where they take advantage of the single high safety. So again, single high, they put the motion. You see the defense adjust. They do a really good concept here. So they're going to have their 2 receivers. This guy's going to draw the attention of the inside. All of a sudden, you have this deep route wide open, and all of a sudden, by the time you can get back, it's a touchdown. So you're going to have these looks. Lions are going to have the opportunity, and you can see Jared Goff gets time. Look at the time Jared Goff gets in the pocket. Now, what did they do? They blocked 2 tight ends. They have 5 offensive linemen and 2 tight ends. They just sat and protected, but their coverage seems to get lost at time in zone. You can see the linebackers kind of in no man's land, and you get these looks. So be willing to set extra blockers up if you want to take a shot. Don't be like, hey, we only can have 5 because we need so many weapons. You don't. They're going to get messed up in coverage. Here's a perfect example. Watch this one. So they send a motion, bang, hit him with the play action. The running back's going to stay to block. You have your tight end blocking out here for extra help on the linebacker rush. And look, you only have a couple options. You only really have like two options here. But you're just going to get a simple corner route from your tight end. And watch the linebacker here. He kind of just gives up on the play, maybe thinking someone's going to be over there. This deep route draws all the attention. And all of a sudden, you have a big gain up to the 10-yard line. So look. Take the shots that are there. Obviously, take the quick underneath passes. But, hey, set up some shots. You're going to get a lot of single-high safety looks. And unless they adjust and come out and they play 2 safeties deep like Minnesota did, then you got to be willing to take a look at these shots, but set them up. Be willing to, hey, sit. Let's put a couple blockers out here. Let's go max protect. Let's give Stafford time. Make sure he's not getting hit. And you only need a couple of routes because they will get lost in coverage if you just have guys cross each other. If you have one guy that kind of takes things away. The linebackers seem to be at times lost in zone. That seems to be their weakness. Their strength is pass rush. So you have to set a max protect. If you go 5-4, there's a chance you're, getting sacked. That's a fumble, something like that. We saw Dallas have that happen in their own end zone and ended up in a safety. So if you're playing this team, play max protect, but take what they give you early. Okay. If it's there, take it. Don't worry about, oh snap, I got to take a shot because there's only one safety. They're going to give you those looks. So take what's there. The first thing you see open, take it. Just take it. Because once you get in 3rd and long on this team, that's when they dial up the heat. They play man-to-man and they back off and they just say, hey, you can't get the first down here. And they don't give up a lot of first downs. One of the best 3rd down teams in the league. So they want you to take those shots early and try and get sacked because you're worried about single high safety that's open. They want you to do that. What you need to do is be willing, hey, first read, I see it's there, take it like Daniel Jones did. It'll still result in a big play. Let my playmakers just catch the ball and make plays. But you will have opportunities to scheme up some passes, okay? Scheme up. This is a game where you have to scheme up some deep routes. Let your guys block. Set 7 blockers in. Put a couple of guys out on routes, maybe 2 or 3, and all of a sudden you may get some opportunities for deep shots. But the real key is here. Shot chances, AP and his former team, and no turnovers. Stafford, come on, man. Look, 1 turnover, it happens. Can't have 2. We got to limit those. We have to limit those in this game. Matthew. Let's see it, man. Matthew, if you don't turn the ball over, I think we win this game. I really do. So we need to see that out of Matthew today. This is a big game. It's a big game for Matthew Stafford in this game because the last 2 weeks he's given up 4. So that's got to change. And hopefully we can see that against the Washington football team. And that'll help our offense finish off some drives, give us some momentum. And hopefully that throws momentum back on the defense side of the ball. Let me know your thoughts, Cops. Thank you very much for watching. And I'm... Are you kidding me right now? I had to put my helmet on for this one. Are you kidding? Look at this. Look at all these members. What? Yo, hey, shout out to all the members, man. Look how many All-Pro members there are. Like, literally, it's the whole screen, dog. This is crazy. The patrons, of course, the Hall of Fame members, man. Y'all got the gold color. It's kind of yellow, but it's supposed to be gold. Shout out to all the members, man. If you want to be a part of this, all you got to do is join the channel. But there are perks that come with it. Stay locked in the community tab if you are a member because that's where a lot of information comes out. I appreciate all of you. What?